Sound the alarms. It's overreaction time in the NFL. It has been a rough end of the year for the Raiders. That is an understatement. They lost Derek Carr in Week 16 with a fractured fibula. Matt McGloin left Sunday's game with a shoulder injury. Scotty, are the Raiders the NFL's unluckiest team, or is that an overreaction?
I mean, the Raiders have been one of the worst franchises for the last 12 years, and
They get their chance.
they're in the playoffs, and they know now that they're set. They have a great general manager. Whether they go to Vegas or not, they are in a great setup for the future. They are not unlucky. The Minnesota Vikings were far less lucky than the Raiders this year when you consider you lose your quarterback and you lose your running back, which were really your two forces on the offensive side. Then the offensive line was overwhelmed with the absence of Bridgewater and Adrian Peterson. Their defense did enough. But keep in mind, they were the last team to lose in the entire NFL. They were 5-0, and then they finished abysmal. And I think both teams, obviously, huge loss of their quarterbacks, both drafted in the same draft. Young quarterbacks that are supposed to be this revival for each of their teams in their respective conferences. I think that regardless of what happens to the Raiders, they do lose in their first game, wild card weekend. And the fact that the Vikings are out, I think that we will enter training camp with both of them being teams to consider for the playoffs in each of their conferences.
Yeah, you think the Raiders are looking out on the horizon a little bit and seeing the future with Derek Carr?
You know, you can listen. Jeff Hostetler won you a Super Bowl when Phil Simms went down, so we'll see. I mean, backup quarterbacks have won Super Bowls before. It's very rare, but it's also rare for your star quarterback to get hurt in weeks 15 through 17 or within the playoffs. So this can happen. They have a decent nucleus. But the AFC, I just can't see them going into Foxborough and defeating the Patriots. Either way, they will learn a lot playing a playoff game without their best player.